YouTubers, Mike Martin's here with the Mike Martin channel. Happy Wednesday morning, guys. Thanks for joining us this morning on the channel. Guys, don't forget to, if you get a chance, set your reminders for tonight's live stream. If you guys want to call in, go ahead and call in. Finding opportunities. We're going to look at the housing market. We're going to look at the potential stock market tips. We're going to have a caller in that's retired to Mexico who does stock trading, and we'll have another caller in, hopefully from Australia, to give us a few tips on what to look at and what emerging markets look like in this situation, political situation we're in. Don't forget to do that. So, guys, on my Spanish channel, I got a Spanish channel, by the way. If you guys want to join it, I just kind of revived it a day ago. I did a live stream in Spanish with a couple of callers calling in, and I covered this. And I want to bring it on the English channel here. The average American has $90,460 in debt. Here's how much debt Americans have at every age. So what they did is they actually broke it down. They broke it down by millennial, Gen X's, or whatever we're being categorized as nowadays, and kind of showing where the debt levels are. So if you got student loans at the peak, when student loans were at their peak, you're in trouble, because when I say student loans at the peak, means you got your student loans when they weren't hiring when you graduated, and that was pretty much through the end of the 90s up until now. So if you got your student loans at the peak, when there wasn't a hiring frenzy of all these people or lawyers are needed, and there's a lack of lawyers, and there's a lack of pharmaceutical workers, and lack of this and lack of that, well, if you bought into that, that's, well, we'll see what happens here. So let's take a look here. The average American has $90,460 in debt. Here's how much debt Americans have at every age. So let's break it down. Here we go. So here it is, guys. Gen Zs. This is the average debt balances by age group, okay, guys? Gen Zs right here. Gen Z ages 18 to 23 are $9,593 in debt. So that's kind of one of those, like, okay, I didn't go to college type of thing, but I still racked up some debt buying my first car or doing some things around the house or helping the parents out or whatever, right? Then millennials, ages 24 to 39, $78,396. They jumped into the student loan factor. They kind of thought they can make their way and they're going to live long enough to pay off their debt without any issues. So there it is right there. I'm in this bracket. I'm 42. So Gen X's, ages 40 to 55, $135,841. And that could mean also, why is it so high? If a lot of Gen X's paid off their student loans at the right time or weren't at the peak of the student loan crisis or credit card crisis, well, a lot of them took out a lot of HELOCs, second mortgage, third mortgages, or what do you call those? Unsecured loans too. So we got to watch out for those guys. So baby boomers, okay, age 56 to 74. They're $96,984 in debt because they've been helping out these guys. And they've been taking on debt to buy these guys, right? And silent generation, age 75 and above, are $40,925 in debt. So there's no negative marks. There's no negative marks here, but we know that this is debt because it has, usually it would say it with a negative, but that's okay. We know what they're talking about here. So let's move on here. Now, here's the breakdown. The breakdown is very important. Gen X have the highest credit card balance compared to other groups at $8,215. Again, Gen Xers fixing up their cars or doing stuff or shopping, buying purses and stuff. Auto loans, Gen X has the tightest auto loan balance at about $21,570. So there it is right there. And mortgage loans, Gen X have the highest average amount balance at $238,000. Millennials were close at $224,000. Again, these guys bought at the top. But $238,000 mortgage debt, that's a blessing for people living in Canada. In Canada, the average mortgage debt, I think, is in and around $780,000, because a lot of people are over leveraged, and that's across Canada. If you want to break it down to Toronto and Vancouver, the average mortgage, if you want to go like benchmark, is probably in and around $840 to $1.1 million when you factor in all the expensive properties and the those elite mansions that are like a typical 4-bedroom home and anywhere else in the States. So there it is right there. Now, personal loans. Remember, these are unsecured, right? On average, baby boomers have the highest personal loan balance of $19,253 compared to the lowest of Gen Z, which is $4,526. Now, the Gen Z over here, won't get unsecured loans. They don't qualify for unsecured loans. They don't own property. They don't have nothing. Baby boomers obviously are going to have a bigger, where are they right here? Sorry. Baby boomers will have more unsecured loans because they have a track record of paying their bills off. Student loans. Gen X has the highest amount of student loans, debt average at $39,981. Again, they bought at the top of the student loan pyramid. And HELOC. Home equities and lines of credit average the highest for Gen X's at $49,221. So again, HELOC, second mortgages are a huge problem for Americans. So there it is. Americans, the average American has $90,460 in debt. That's what I wanted to bring up, and this is not good news. It's brought to us by Invisible People. This link was sent to me. 8 million new Americans just slipped into poverty. Here's what that means for homeless prevention. This is a major, major issue because more and more people... I've been saying Amerifonia is coming since the new president-select, Joe Biden, is now has been placed into power. You're going to see a lot of movement happening, especially with wealthy investors coming in from parts of China to start investing and buying up America. They bought up Canada, as pretty much Canada is an autonomous region of China. So is New Zealand, and so is Australia. And England is pretty much under that regime too. Now we're going to see all the blue states there, California, Oregon, and and Washington State, New York. All those states are starting to move in because you have housing affordability migrants, and they're raising the prices on people. They're raising the prices on people that have been paying rent for 10, 15 years, and they're doing rent evictions. Renovictions, where they're going to renovate, but they're going to kick out the existing people that are there so they could hike up the prices for Californians and other people that are used to paying more. And that's creating a major issue. And with people working remote, no one's going to stay and pay a $3,000-$4,000 a month mortgage in San Francisco when they could buy the same house with the same land and everything in Florida for about $320,000 and pay a mortgage of, I don't know, $980, and then hurricane insurance is an extra $100. So a lot of people are getting smart to the fact, but they're bringing their political ways to other states, and they're converting them, and they're changing the whole landscape of the United States of America. So this is not a surprise. And this is going to get a lot worse. Of course, who are they going to blame? They're going to blame the Trump administration for this. They're going to be blaming the Trump administration 150 years from now. 150 years from now, the only two people that people will remember is Donald Trump and Jesus. Why? Because they're going to be dragging the Trump administration through the mud for the next 100 to 200 years. And because no one's going to be there to tell people, I was alive then, that never happened, we won't be alive then, to tell people. And that's what's been happening. Media is going to be changing. Like the Gulf Wars. In about 50 years, 70 years, when none of us are alive, they're going to be stating on our digital dictionaries here, or digital encyclopedias, that Iraq did have weapons of mass destruction, and the Americans went to save the world from the evil tyrant. So that's basically how things are going to change. And then none of us will be alive to tell anything different, and that's the sad part. And with everything going digital, they could manipulate, unless they start up a blockchain encyclopedia, but then all of history is manipulated. They've completely removed the Portuguese from history. So it's like the first navigators that actually created and colonized properly without actually joining the East Indian Trading Company. Right? And stuff like that. I don't want to get into that right now. But I just wanted to throw this out there. More and more Americans are going into poverty, and more Americans are being forced into homelessness. Now, it's nothing new. Now, I want people in the United States to understand this. This pattern I've been following for many, many years. And I'm going to search it on my channel so you guys could see. Thanks for sticking around if you've been... See? Homelessness out of control in our major cities from 3 years ago. I want to see if I could find this one. Let me see if we could... there was a video I made where Canadians are being forced into homelessness. And markets on fire, affordability loss 4 years ago. So housing markets on fire. And I'm just trying to see if I could find that. More and more homeless war vets in Canada. It's going to happen. And I'm just trying to see if I could find that Canadians forced into homelessness. See if it comes up here. Here. Vancouver seniors choosing to take their own lives rather than become homeless. See if I could find that. New Zealand has the same problem too. Homeless residents employed holding a college degree. That's before COVID, by the way. Just try to see if I could find homeless transformation, housing crisis, homeless debate, homeless crisis ahead. I can't find it. Homeless war vets in LA. New Zealand tents and homelessness. So there's a lot going on. Look, 3 years ago, California homeless disaster. Yeah. Right here. People forced into homelessness right there. And that was from 4 years ago. So people will be forced into homelessness. If you follow the patterns. So people in America watching this are like, well, there's a lot of homeless people in America. No. It's the American middle class. Like the Canadian middle class has been forced into homelessness because of the massive sell-off that we did with foreign investing coming in from China, right? So it's been a major issue here for us in Canada, trying to keep up with it. We just try to keep up a basic lifestyle. I look forward to reading your comments and what you guys have to say about this. Let me know what you guys think. Look at some of my older videos because they still relate to today's time. If you're in America, you want to watch some of the old videos I have from 4 or 5 years ago because that's what's going to be happening in America very soon. I thought it was going to be a little bit later, but I did not think the new government select or the new president select wasn't going to be doing it for another year and a half. I was wrong. He just started signing things right immediately, canceling the Keystone XL pipeline and all kinds of stuff. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Guys, I have 2 channels here if you guys want to join them. I have my Portuguese channel here, and I have my Spanish channel if you guys want to join and be part of the conversation. Thanks for watching, and God bless.